Alright, excuse me if you can hear the heater running in the background. Let's set up our document, set it to pixels. Set 1024 by 1024. We are going to go no strokes with Popeye or Popeye. That means creating all of our lines with actual shapes and curves. So there's no stroke here. Provides a more ink looking shape. I've got the video running a little bit fast, double speed, because people seem to like that. And of course this is part of the coding tutorial. We're going to duplicate, spread his chin over to the other side. This is actually a pretty popular face shape even today amongst American cartoons. Let's jump right into the ear using that same technique of no strokes. And it is to provide a more ink look. I think it does a good job too. Line that up as best you can. You want to get those lines right on top of each other. Duplicate. Just moving on over to the other side. Run this video at half speed if you want. Slow things down. Turn on captions and mute it. And you'll get the original video. Of course, you don't want to hear me talking at half speed, do you? Let's even those out. We don't want these sides to be perfectly alike. That would just be weird for Popeye. It might be good for a robot, but not for a classic cartoon. Turn all those strokes off. Sometimes Inkscape, in Illustrator, and Corel Draw all would turn that stroke on by default. And it just wants to keep on doing it. Popeye does not have a right eye. A lot of people don't realize that. He has, he doesn't wear a patch. So we're just going to do the eyebrow first. Kind of make a lightning bolt and then curve it. Get rid of the stroke and put a fill in there. We're just going to put where his eye was. There's a bunch of documentaries or videos on him on YouTube. He was never supposed to be a thing. He became the popular one. His famous first line was, "What do you think, I'm a cowboy?" Maybe it was his famous second line. I like the simplicity of the eyes. I know everybody loves the anime eyes. Loves to work on them, but I love the just simplicity of Popeye's eyes. Of those classic cartoon eyes. Even if you do put a little bit of color into them, keep them so simple. Just try to get the shape best as you can, and then we'll use the distribute tab to even everything out. And after we have everything evened out, we'll kind of freehand it a little bit to mess it up. Popeye's nose is kind of square. And that's supposed to be by accident because he wasn't supposed to be a full-time character. So his nose is totally flat on the bottom there, which is part of his look. Because it was a ruler. It was just a quick character. And this is actually Popeye, not Popeye. He's our character. It's not exactly like Popeye. So he was supposed to be older, and that's really what he is. So he has some dark crevices around his mouth. This isn't actually his mouth. This is just around his mouth, which is what's kind of cool. These are lines where his mouth is kind of set in. Now here's his actual mouth. And sometimes he only has the right side of his mouth in some situations. So we're making the left side smaller. In this case, I'm putting a little bit of a wrinkle on the outside of it. So the right side is open just a little bit, so we see it. The left side is up in the wrinkles around it. You hold down the Shift key and click a color to set the stroke color, by the way. So I am clicking that white X, or the white square with an X in it, holding down the Shift key to get rid of the stroke. Just totally trying to avoid the strokes, unless it should just be a stroke. So you do have a few places on here where, like that, the inner ear, and the area around the nose, and the area next to the one eyebrow. And then the hat's going to use strokes, I think. Yeah. The hat is comical because it always gives me problems. I always make it look like a chef hat for some reason. At first. So you turn off the curve basically to reset it and then turn it back on. So I just created a duplicate of the hat and put it in the background. And I'm setting its color and turning its stroke entirely off. And then my actual hat outline is just totally different shape. I'm trying to keep their lines exactly alike, their borders exactly alike, but you're not going to do it. You just fight and get it as close as you can. Now this is crazy because this is the most important part of the hat. That is that sailor portion. If you take that away, the hat actually looks horrible. Selecting both of the borders as I make the hat bigger. And you could do the hat with the same kind of stroke as we done the head, using the double, or using the actual shape for the line instead of a line. But Popeye is very line or art friendly. And like I said, if you want to put the YouTube speed on half and turn off the sound and just read the captions, go right ahead. Although YouTube captions, auto captions, kind of make me say some funny things. I like to put some shadows, some gray shadows on it. Get rid of that line positively. You can work a little bit with gradients here if you want to, but we're not getting that realistic with him. Kind of funny, the idea of Popeye and realism. Robin Williams did a good job of playing him, though. Now let's just adjust the shadows so they don't look the same. I think I want to do a side view of him also. Yeah, another way to get your curves is to go to node selection, hold down the control key, and just pull the line from the center, and that will start a curve. Kind of think maybe those shadows should be a little bit darker, but oh well. Alrighty. That's our Popeye front view. If you got something out of this, like and subscribe. Like I said, I would like to do the side view and maybe the 3/4 view. So if you got something out of this, like and subscribe. All glory be to God, and I will see you in the next video.